Big news coming out of Tottenham Hotspur today as Arsenal are set to miss out on the signing of Eberechi Eze. The news that the whole narrative was that Eze would probably sign for Arsenal, but that is no longer going to happen. They are no longer in the race for Eze. Ben Jacobs has reported that Tottenham have reached an agreement in principle with Crystal Palace for Eberechi Eze. Palace must now find a replacement with Eze waiting and training as normal. So it looks like Eze is going to sign for Tottenham. They do have the verbal agreement, which basically means they've agreed personal terms with Eze. And yeah, that's a great signing. They've just signed Palhinha from Bayern Munich on a loan deal, possibly going to buy him at the end of the season. And I think their midfield is now very much stacked. They've already got James Maddison, they've got Lucas Bergvall. Palhinha, they've just signed Mohamed Kudus from West Ham. So, yeah, to sign Eze is a major signing and a new star player for Tottenham Hotspur. Can I just say that goal that he scored against Chelsea on Sunday, that had nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with that goal. What is this new rule that you have to be it's less than 1 metre in that? I don't get it. I do not get it. Like, the game's gone if we're ruling free kicks out because Mark Gahey was less than 1 metre into the wall or whatever bullshittery it was. But, yeah, it looks like Eze is going to North London, but not Arsenal. And this is a great signing for Tottenham. They seem to be making a lot of moves this summer. They have massively learned from finishing 17th last season. And they've got Champions League football. They've signed Kudus, João Palhinha, and now they're going to sign Eberechi Eze. Now this is a statement signing. I think the signing of Eze, that's going to be very important to Tottenham Hotspur. Going to be very. They haven't had a signing like this in such a long time. I'd say they've signed like mediocre players over time. The last good signing was probably Bale when they signed him on loan in the 20/21 season. But this is a class signing. Eberechi Eze has been sought out by many clubs over this transfer window. I'm surprised it's taken him this long to join a football club. And I can't actually believe it's Tottenham. I didn't think he'd sign for Tottenham. I thought he'd go to Arsenal. But, yeah, their midfield is stacked out as it is. So, I think Tottenham need him more than Arsenal do at the minute. But, yeah, he's a fantastic player. Eze's a fantastic player. And I think he would fit in any team in the Premier League. He'd fit in Liverpool's team. Maybe not, I don't know. But he does play as an attacking midfielder for Crystal Palace. They've just signed a defensive midfielder in João Palhinha and also Kudus, who plays as a winger/attacking midfielder. But this is an excellent signing from Tottenham Hotspur. The verbal agreement is done per of Ben Jacobs, and Spurs are trying to reach a negotiation for 55 million plus 5 million proposal, and that has been reported by the one and only Fabrizio Romano. This is such a good signing. Like, Spurs haven't missed this transfer window. They have not missed. He was sensational in the Premier League last season. He even led Crystal Palace to their first trophy ever. Like, not in 70, 80 years, ever. He literally scored the goal that won the FA Cup for Crystal Palace. Like, he will go down as a club legend, and now he's going to sign for Spurs. Now, this is one of the deals of the window, in my opinion. I think him signing for Spurs gives Spurs a lot of hope, and it's definitely one that's intriguing, and I do think this deal is interesting because, I did not think he would be signing for Spurs. I thought it would be either maybe Arsenal or Chelsea or maybe even Man City. I didn't think it would be Spurs. I did not think Eberechi Eze would be parting ship to Tottenham Hotspur this season. This is such a good signing. Thomas Frank has started off very well. A 3-0 win in the Premier League on Saturday against Burnley, with Richarlison actually scoring goals now. Now he's signing Eze. Like, we've got to give Thomas Frank a round of applause here because he's taken this team from the muds of 17th position to possibly maybe fighting for top 5 this season. Like Spurs, with the squad they've got now, they've got obviously Richarlison up front, who could actually, perform really, really well for Tottenham this season. No one's counting any chickens just yet, though, because we just all know how on and off Richarlison can be. But he started off the season well. 2 very, very, very good goals against Burnley. And now they've just added Eze to their arsenal. That would actually be funny if he was signing for Arsenal, but he's not, so it's not. But yeah, I think taking away Eze from Arsenal is Spurs, that's a power play, a massive power play that Tottenham have been able to, prize Eze away from Spurs. And I think Eze choosing Tottenham is big for Tottenham, because this signing is one of the best they've signed in the most recent years. Obviously, they've had Harry Kane. They signed him a long time ago now. It was at least over a decade ago now they signed Harry Kane. Obviously, they've had some really good signings in the past. Son, Kane. I think one of the recent ones, James Maddison. Good player. He's a good player. And there's a lot of people who don't think James Maddison's a good player. Obviously, I think Eze will be filling in for James Maddison because he's still with an injury, if I'm correct. So, yeah, I think Eze will be filling the place of James Maddison for a bit. But in my opinion, if Eze can start off with a bang, then he should maybe be in Tottenham's team for the foreseeable future, like starting games. I think he could actually phase, it's possible he could bench James Maddison, but I'm not sure. Obviously, it's World Cup, yeah, he will want to be good in this team, in this Tottenham team for the World Cup, and I don't know, obviously he definitely wants to play in the World Cup for England next year, and starting off well and ending the season well, may also probably performing well for England in the international breaks, which are coming soon, sadly. That will get him a World Cup spot. And I think if Everett Eze can perform very, very well over the next season, then he can definitely get his World Cup spot. He can definitely seal a World Cup spot. Last season, he played 34 matches, scored 8 goals, and got 8 assists. If I add that up, I'm just going to need to use a calculator because I'm really, really bad at maths. I can't do stuff off the top of my head. So 8 plus 8, 16 GA. 16 GA, which is very good for an attacking midfielder. And that's the type of player that Tottenham is. He's very good at scoring free kicks as well. That was an amazing free kick that he was robbed of on Sunday. He scored 11 goals in his first professional season. 23-24. Wow. He's an insane footballer. He is such a good footballer. And I'm surprised it's taken any team this long to pick Eze up, because he should be at a different club by now, shouldn't he? In my opinion, he should be at a different club by now, and he will be very soon, because I think Tottenham are going to get this deal done very, very quickly, and I think they'll probably want him for, I don't know if he will play on Friday. No, it's Saturday. I keep thinking it's Friday, but if he plays on Saturday for Tottenham Hotspur against City, they could get a win against City if he plays, but I don't know if they'll get it done that quick. We haven't even had a here we go for it yet, but we've just had a verbal agreement for it so far, and it's a massive deal. This could still fall through, but I'd hold hope, Tottenham Hotspur fans, because I think you probably will get Everett Eze, and I think he will be a Tottenham player by the end of the week. But I don't think he'll be playing for you on Saturday. He'll probably play for you next week, but I don't think he'll play for you on Saturday. But yeah, this is an amazing deal. 60 million pounds to sign Everett Eze. That's also great for Crystal Palace as well, because that means they can sign a top-notch replacement for 60 million pounds. So yeah, good business. But yeah, I think 60 million quid is very, very good for Palace to get for Eberechi Eze. I think it's great business from both sides, and I think Eberechi Eze will be really, really good for Spurs. And I just can't, give I can't give Eze enough praise. He's a great footballer. He's still only in his 20s, 27 years old. So, just approaching his 30s in a couple of years. He's still young. He's in his prime now. And, he was never going to stay at Palace forever, was he? And I think he served Palace well. And, Palace were never going to keep him forever. I don't think they thought they were going to keep him past this season. And, yeah. He's brought them an FA Cup and an FA Community Shield. 2 trophies in about 4 or 5 months. Yeah. Incredible from Eberechi Eze at Palace. And, yeah, I think that's why Palace is such a good team, because Eze is such a good player. But with Eze leaving, with Oliver Glasner being such a good manager, like, he is turning into a Thomas Frank, a very, very good manager. And, with Oliver Glasner being such a good manager, he will definitely find a good replacement for Eze for £60 million. For £60 million, that can get them a top-class replacement. And I think that there's no need for Crystal Palace to worry, because that, even if they do lose Guéhi and Eze by the end of the window, I think they'll find a way around it, and I think they'll be okay, and I think they'll have a great season in the Premier League. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to like. Before I end the video, actually, I'd like to thank you all for 400 subscribers. That definitely does mean a lot to me, and it would do me well. We're now on the road to 500 now, so if you could do me a massive favour and subscribe, I will be very, very much grateful for that, and it would mean a lot to me, and I would appreciate it. So if you want to be part of the 500 club, subscribe now, just below where my finger is. Well, no, we'll do it this side, because that's where it actually is. So just below my finger is a subscribe button. Please press that. It would mean a whole lot to me. And if you want to be part of the 500 club, subscribe, like, turn post notifications on, and we'll see you lot in the next one. Please take care of your beautiful selves, and peace out.